저희 팀은 일단 리스크를 감수해야 하는 팀이에요.
Rush is on the hunt. That was not a good jump in. Well, there's the Zhonya's play impact and stand in front of it.
다른 정글러들은 들어가지 않는데 저는 2대2가 되도록 2대2로 싸우면 무조건 이기는 거 아닌가 이런 약간 자신감이 있어요.
Right onto Apollo. Anger toss as well. Here comes Russian. Could get the kick back. That's going to be Piglet going down. He tries to jump over the wall.
It continually amazes me that he's willing to pick Lee Sin.
The risk-averse strategy is just pick something that scales, farm a whole bunch. Team Impulse aren't like that.
Rush comes in, a ding-ding, a new challenger approaches, and they get the twisted advance onto Sneaky. Rush coming up big.
어쩔 때 보면 그런 걸 성공시키면 되게 잘해 보이고 막 그래서 와, 얘 왜 이러냐 이러고 근데 만약 그 실패하면 정말 멍청해 보이거든요. 그러면 또 아, 얘 왜 이러냐 이제 이렇게 되는 거예요. 수비적으로 있다가 그대로 넥서스 밀는 것보다는 한 번 밖에 나가갖고 일단 싸우고.
Triple kill coming in for Rush, and it looks like they're trying to back up. Where's the all from Trashy? He gets a pentakill going in. Shao's gonna take the turret for him. They're giving it. Salami. He goes in. And Shao steals it on the accident.
안 되겠다 싶으면 이제 그냥 지는 그런 걸 더 좋아하고. 일단 저희 팀은 그냥 무난하게 지는 걸 되게 싫어해요.
Welcome to Week 7 of the North American League Championship Series Summer Split. We're coming to you live from our studio home in Los Angeles, and the crowds are pumped up for our 5 games today. Fans of all the teams out here. And oh, hey, bro. How you doing? Up first on the Rift, we've got Kez, Seraph, and the rest of TDK, who will look for their second win of the split when they take on Team Liquid. And, of course, here you see Dominate, Quas as well in their ready room, getting prepped under the watchful eye of their analyst, Mark, throwing some last-minute tips toward them. And then we have Emperor and Piglet making their way to the stage, limbering up, making sure they're nice and loose, getting ready for the game against each other. Hello, everyone. I'm James Dash Patterson. The action continues to heat up as teams quickly approach playoffs. And joining me on the analyst desk to break down the action as it happens, we have Sam, Kobe, Hartman, Kensler, and David Freak Turley. The pointing is helpful because otherwise I wouldn't have known which one of you was which one.
Look, sometimes our graphics screw up and you know, the lower thirds are wrong. So just to make sure, you know, in case there's any technical difficulties, I'm here as a backup.
Yeah. Yeah, Freak. Good guy Freak, always there.
He's
to
got a
help
career
us
as a flight attendant.
One day I'll learn sign language, and if your thing is muted, you know,
Look, see, I like it. We're thinking ahead. We're thinking ahead. Well, let's start with a quick look at how the teams are arranged. And right now, they're all stacked 2 by 2. Hands of blue, starting with Gravity and TSM in first place. Sharing second, we have Team Dignitas and Team Liquid. CLG and Team Impulse are in 5th place, followed by Enemy Esports and Teammate, who are in 7th. Cloud9's in 9th. And in last, we have Team Dragon Knights. Now, TDK will have a shot to make moves, though, in our first match as they challenge Team Liquid. Then it's Enemy Esports versus Counter Logic Gaming, followed by Gravity, taking on Cloud9. And coming up tomorrow, we've got our game of the week. Team Liquid will try to continue their climb up the standings when they go head-to-head with TSM. Now, with only 3 weeks of games left, I want to highlight a few of the teams that are making moves, not least of which is Gravity, who climbed into a share of first place with their confident win over TSM.
Yeah, and I'm honestly a very huge fan of Gravity. Ever since, like, week 2, they've just been stupidly impressive. The fact that they are innovating so much is always a big, like, I love that. I love teams that innovate. It's really hard to because if you guess wrong, you waste a week's worth of practice. But they're guessing right. Their counter picks against TSM were beautiful. They're playing around Keen's like weird champion picks, but they're working. Coach Kopp is making these comps work. Like everything right now looks great for Gravity.
Right, but not all of the moves have been positive. CLG has dropped from 1st to 5th in the span of just 2 weeks.
Yeah, they are on a 0-4 slide here. And you have to question, you know, even though they joke about all the memes and the psychological effect of them collapsing mid-season, because it has happened so many times historically, there's a very real effect now. And, you know, whether you create cinder blocks or whatever, it's definitely not helping the team right now. The big bonus for CLG right now is that their collapse is happening before playoffs. Usually, they don't have any time to turn their season around. You know, there's nothing left to do.
They reach quarterfinals and down they
playoffs, but they've got time to turn it around. So hopefully they can. And everybody's blaming Smithy right now. It's not just Smithy. It's the entire team that's making a lot of mistakes.
Absolutely. It is a team game. Then, of course, we've got a horse race for 9th place with Cloud9 seemingly in free fall and a mean-looking TDK, right, looking to come into their own at the right time.
Yeah, so we'll start with the C9 point, and I actually really thought that High coming in would have helped them. I was like, okay, you know, I still think these players are good, and High's going to bring the shot calling, and then it's just going to work like that. Incarnation's good enough that it'll be fine. Turns out that's not the case. High's a good shot caller or not, doesn't matter. Every single player on Cloud9 is having the worst split of their lives. Everyone's losing lane. Everyone's getting caught out. People are flashing into Zach E's. Like, just a lot of bad plays are coming out of C9, and now nothing is working, and I don't know what it's going to take for them to kind of bring themselves back up, but they're certainly not there yet.
Yeah, and for TDK, it was kind of a similar story where they were super excited for their subs to come in. They even had a really good showing their first game when they came over, even though they didn't win. Yeah. But now people are starting to lose faith in them even because, you know, while Emperor and Ninja come with all these great plays and these miraculous kills, they also have some pretty miraculous bloopers to go along with those. So still cautiously optimistic for the new TDK lineup, but yeah, it's kind of a similar story.
All right, some moments of brilliance, as well as some moments of blunder, unfortunately. But now for something entirely different. We want to settle a bet and are looking for a little help over on Twitter. So we're asking you, which NALCS Pro would you like to have as a roommate and why? Send your room assignments to @LolEsports and use the hashtag LCS. What about you two? Who would you choose?
Well, I'm just going to say in before Travis says double lift and gets all the dank meme points.
That sounds,
I mean,
it
sounds
happens.
fair. That's just real life.
Yeah.
It's not a meme.
I mean, so is CLG failing in playoffs. It's still a meme.
Oh, all right. Well, that's enough of that then. Before we get any further down this road of dank memes, we're going to send things over to our casters for game one.